Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is our very first YouTube video. So we are very excited. We wanted to start this podcast in 2019. So finally, yeah, we are here. And today we have a very special guest who's going to teach us a lot about the South African health system, like for the things that we don't know and things that we are not aware of. So without wasting any time, let me introduce my guest. Actually, I'm not going to introduce my guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Hello, doctor.
I thought the introduction was going to be done by you, but it's fine. Sanbonani, Dinalangi, Hoi, Das. Buenos dias, everyone who is listening. I am Dr. Pito, aka Pito Kinyutwana, in all social media platforms. Yes, I'm a product of Nelson Mandela Fidel Castro program. Those students that you hear of from the TVs, we started at Cuba. Yes, that's basically.
All right, thank you, doc. I think most of us, we don't know anything about the Cuban program. So today, I invited you so that you can teach us on what is going on there, how to apply and everything. But first of all, I'd like to thank you for honoring the invite. We appreciate it. I know you're our very first guest. That's our first day, so we're gonna make a lot of mistakes, and we really appreciate you for taking that step forward to say, I'm going to start this journey with you guys.
Yes.
Because it's very, we are scared, guys. We don't know what to expect from you. But thank you so much. So who is Dr. Pizzo? If you can just educate us, or maybe let us know, who is Dr. Pizzo? Where do you come from? Where did you study? From primary until varsity. Yeah.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I should be the one who's thanking you for the recognition. I take myself as just a commoner. It's an honor to be invited for into something in cha and stuff. Yeah, but I'm from Northwest originally. I was born in some small village there, down. That's where I grew up. So from the age of 15, I had to move now to go to Northern Cape due to, I've always been an activist of my own future. So I take a stand and I decide on something. So I went to negotiate with my parents because they didn't have much to take me to private schools or whatnot. The potential was there. I could organize it. The teacher would whisper it, you don't deserve to be in this school. Not saying that the school is bad. So I went to negotiate with my parents and said them, no, the problem is the school that I was attending at, it was still a new school. So I went to them, I said, I think I would mean to change the school and go to the school that has more experience with science studies. Because, I've always seen my future in science. But at that point, I was not sure which route or career am I going to choose. Then I changed schools, went to the Northern Cape. After Northern Cape, I matriculated that side. And then I started my first career.
Okay.
So I didn't move directly from school to
varsity. Okay.
So I passed well, but I didn't pass to the way I expected it. And then that kind of made me doubt myself and how vigorous South African universities are. And it is sad reality that as Black people, we are always competing with each other so to enter into those spaces. Then I decided, what? Let me go and correct my mistakes. That's maybe just to see what mistake did I did in my matric. Why did I get the marks that I desired to have? And then I decided to do teaching to get a better eye of if I'm doing teaching, I believe that I was redoing everything.
Okay.
Then I went to teaching. I majored in life sciences and mathematics. And then, Then I forgot about anything else, and I put my whole focus in being a teacher. So it went on first year. That's when I heard about this program, the Nelson Mandela Fidel Castro program. But at that time, I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to confuse myself. I've taken the decision that I'm going to be a teacher. Yeah, let me not, and then I just continued. I didn't find anything wrong with being a teacher. I was actually even starting to enjoy it because I feel my purpose in life was just to impact, even to change one's soul, and I knew that one space where you can change the life of a black person is through school. We look up to our teachers and everything. So second year went on, third year I'm comfortable there. I forgot about the so-called career in sciences. But either way, I'm doing life sciences at then, so I still felt everything is in par. Then final year came, right? Final year came. Now I'm thinking of, I'm going to buy a polo. After this, I'm going to buy a polo. I don't have a kid. I'm still young. Hey, or whatnot. I think I'm 22 there. It's like, everything now it's happening. I'm a final year. There's nothing that can stop me now.
Okay.
April came. My mom, she's like a community counselor, not my counselor, this one politically. What's what people HIV testing and what those counselors, yeah. And then she went to her meeting normally in the nearest town. And then 1 minute, I'm in my holidays, I'm preparing to go for teaching practice as usual. And I'm looking forward to, next year, January. And then she comes with the forms. Hey, I saw these forms. Here are the forms. Try your luck. Try my luck. Mom, you are crazy. No, you are crazy. No, it can't be. 1 minute, I'm like, I took those forms and I put them away. I slept. In the morning, my father wakes me up. Hey, your mother told me that you are supposed to go and hand in the forms. No.
Forms for what?
What for? And then they wanted a passport at that time, a proof of a passport. I don't have a passport. And it was, I think, I'm not sure, but it was around 400 and something. Passport.
Sorry, Doc, can I ask you something? So, did you complete your teaching degree or this happened in your final year?
All of this happened in my final year.
Oh, in your fourth year?
In my final year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll explain the story. So, then I woke up, just filled the forms out. Why am I feeling this way? And then they are not really going to take me. Let me just do it. They went. My dad went with me. I filled the forms. I applied for my passport, and yeah, it was that. And then I handed them over at the local sub-district. Forgot about them. Went back to teacher practice as usual. 1 minute, I receive a call. Hey, you are requested for an interview. But woman, you are disturbing my teaching practice. I go interview. 1 minute you've passed an interview. Yeah, this thing is starting to move fast. Like I didn't take it serious. But interview, you will need to do medical tests. It's fine. Continue with life. June come. 1 minute I'm called. Go and make medical test and whatnot. I went. It was not yet final. It's like the final selection is when they call you. Said now, everything you would have to go through all of those things. Then they called after the first semester. Okay, no, you are selected. You're going to Cuba. Now the reality check. Cut again. It hits. Yeah. No, what do you? I'm doing my final year, guys. Whoa.
And nobody will face.
Whoa. I've worked very hard for this. It can't be. Now I'm left with the dilemma. Because the year in the Latin America, I think in America, starts on September.
Okay.
right? South Africa, we finish around November, right? So it means that if I have to go, I would have to leave without writing my final year exams. Hey, I went to the school. Hey, Gazini, this is what is happening. Hey, nah, I don't know what to do. So I do want to finish my degree, but because of the time frame, there's going to be a problem. I went to the dean. I went to everywhere that I know. I asked for advice. I even told myself, no, man, I can even become a doctor in philosophy. I can finish my degree, do my honors, masters, and I can still be a doctor before I was 35. That's the thinking then. Then again, it's overseas.
Yeah. For a black child, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Indeed. Then Then I went to this favorite lecturer of mine, and I said, I don't know. I really don't know. My head, I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
She was a life science lecturer, Yeah. Big ups to Amen Jacobs.
Hello, Ma'am Jacobs. Please watch the episode.
So, Ma'am Jacobs, I went to her and said, this is what is happening. And I'm faced with this life-changing decision. It means that I'm forced to drop out. And I don't want to drop out. I don't know if I have to even write the exam in the embassy or something. I was thinking that along those lines. And then she said she shared something with me that was very interesting. She said that Brother Yahai was an engineer, completed engineering, then thereafter decided, no man, engineering is not for me. Let me go into medicine. And then he started from scratch. And then she said, if something is in your destiny, it will go to pass. It will come to pass. And then I prayed. I had my own personal prayer. I said, you know what, God, I don't know. If I am to do this, you will lead the way. You will lead the way. I know I was a Christian thing, but I was not like that deep Christian. I was like, yeah, but I had faith. I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm leaving my heart, felt work. Yeah, but teacher, I did everything. I have fallen in love with this. Already so many kids have, now, recognizes me. Hey, teacher, hey, what, and whatnot. Hey. Then I took that decision. I said, unfortunately, I would have to drop out. Went to university. That's how I dropped out, and then went to Cuba.
Oh, I think
that's my mini story. A lot of things happened, but that's a mini story. Yes.
Oh, okay. No, we thank you, Doc, for your story, because I personally didn't know that you started with teaching. So I feel like your story is very interesting, and I feel like teaching and medicine, they go hand in hand, because you deal with people, you motivate people, you make sure people are on their right track. So that's a very interesting story. Thank you so much. So now, what I'd like to know is this NMFC or Nelson Mandela Federal Castro program in South Africa. I heard about it, I think, in 2020. Maybe some people, they've heard about it in like 2010 or whatever. So I'd like to know, for one to apply for the program, what must we do? Because I'm sure there's a lot of young kids there sitting at home. They are wondering how to apply to this program. I also want to be a doctor. And we know in South Africa, it's very difficult to get into medical school. So if someone wants to apply abroad, what can they do?
Okay, so normally, this is the process that I know of, unless things have changed, Things change year to year. But normally there's a post, they will post it in the newspapers, or they will just give an alert within their platform, social media, Facebook or whatnot, that the forms are out, and we are looking for students who are interested into doing medicine and studying at Cuba, right? So normally that's how it happens. You wait first for them to give out an ad. And then from there, after you will go to your Department of Health. I don't know, all sub-district, I think even provincial. You go there, you ask for those forms if they are out, and then you fill them up, and then they will do their selection, and then they will call those who are fortunate who've made it for an interview. Then after an interview, they will go for the tests and whatnot up until the final call that come for the orientation. That's how the process it has been for quite some time. So I know when it started, it was only restricted to around 10 students per province. But as years come and I guess they saw the program that it's working, they start increasing the number, right? And then by the time we went, I think it was the third year in a row where they were taking a huge number of students. I think their target was 1,000, So it means for the provinces that are participating, it will be around 200 depending. I think KZN was sending about 400, if I'm not mistaken. So it will be like that. And then, after my group, I think they only took 20 from Pumalanga, and then they stopped a bit, because we were a lot, and then, I know the more the merrier, but I think some logistics there and to ensure that there's space for us when we come back home. It was going to be an issue, especially with the medical schools in South Africa. They're very strict in terms of the intake number. So basically, that's how you would go to your local sub-district, Department of Health, take the forms, fill them up, and let God do the rest.
Thanks a lot, Doctor. So viewers at home, we'd like to apologize. We are shooting that in a restaurant. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the noise, but we really want to apologize for that. But also, I've asked people on my WhatsApp, because I posted that I want to invite a doctor who has studied in Cuba, so we want to know more about the program. So people sent their questions that they'd like the doctor to answer. So now I think I'm going to go to the question so that the doctor can answer the question, and then people can be happy at home, I think. Is that okay with you, Jack?
No, it's not hot questions.
I'm not sure. Let me check. The first question is let me check. Let me be sure. So I think the first question you answered, because someone was asking how do they apply for the program. So you said that you go to your hospital or district, and then you can apply there. So now the second question was, what are the requirements for someone who wants to go study in Cuba in terms of maths, physics, life science? What levels should they get?
Oh, okay. That's why it's but please don't judge. Right? But it's literally everybody can qualify, which is a nice part, because sometimes, how can I say, because I did teaching, there's this thing that they call summative assessment.
Yes.
Summative assessment will be basically the final mark that is going to show off on, in your certificate. And then that summative assessment, it never includes that you lost your father along the way. That is why maybe you couldn't get the maximum marks. Or you got a bad teacher. So unfortunately, they had the bad teachers. And then you also get, I don't know, some matriculate, they don't even have teachers. Sure. And then obviously that is going to impact your summative mark at the end. And then when you go now with that mediocre or poor mark, obviously the South African universities, they're going to reject you. It's just a waste of money. They will not even consider you. So I stand to be corrected, but I think with your level 4s,
that's 50%, right?
Yeah, with just level 4, you can become a doctor, but it's not like you are going to be taught level 4 level. So they are going to grill you. I don't know.
No, thank you so much, Doctor. So someone asked, so you mentioned that when you have to go there, there are medical tests that you should undergo, and then you have to apply for passport. So they wanted to know if are you funded for the passport application, or you have to pay for yourself, or is something that the department covers. They're like, okay, sure, go apply for your passport. We're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, that's a normal, how should I say, the normal process, right?
Mm.
But there are those people who are fortunate enough, like you do have learners who did very well, and unfortunately, maybe that year they didn't get placed, or they didn't apply, or they got the space but they didn't have bursaries, you know. So sometimes, some few, they are being, sick by the department themselves, and then maybe that individually, maybe someone in the department, they would arrange to buy to apply for a passport for them. But the normal process is you would have to
Apply for
for
yourself.
yourself. It's more like your seats. Yeah, you just have to do it yourself.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. So the second question was, how are the living conditions there? Is it easy to adapt? And also the language barrier, as you get in there, you know your Tswana, and then the next thing, everything is in Spanish. So how did you cope with that?
Yeah. So all the time, even in my social media platform, people, they will ask us, how is the living condition? How is the living condition? Me, I'm from a village. I'm from a village. There's nothing fancy. There's no skyscrapers. What is working?
Scrapers.
Yeah.
Sky.
We don't have that. As I say, in the villages, we don't have that. Some villages, they don't even have street lights. True, right? We know nothing about flushing toilets unless you do it yourself. So I'm not saying that we are the poor of the poorest in the villages, but we are used to bare minimum. We don't worry about electricity. That's our life. So if you're expecting fancy, then that's where the problem comes. But the living conditions are not bad, bad at all. It is just that if maybe they don't know, there's this fight between Cuba and America. America blocked them. So because of the blockage sanctions, the development, it kind of stayed behind, so they can just build with what they have. So you'll find old buildings, yeah, but in good condition. They try their best, but yeah, you will live in a house of a cement, that I can tell you. But either way, you don't have to worry much about the living condition outside, because the school, let me say, the university offers residence. So you're gonna live in the residence of the school, and which is depending on the school you'll be studying at. For me, it's just fine, but you're just gonna be cramped up in one space. But it's fine. It's fine. You survive. We survive. Yeah. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. Yeah. Living conditions there, they depend with the economy and depend how the sanction is being strengthened. Because sometimes there are no toilet papers. So when you buy the toilet papers, make sure you buy them. Because one day what you have, it won't be there. It's just life. Cuba in general, for me, I feel like it teaches you about life. Nothing stays forever. Just a simple toilet paper here in South Africa, it can be a luxury there. Because of the sanction, there's no toilet paper, there's no chicken, there's no oil, there's no sugar. And any point of the year can just happen. So you have to always stay prepared, like the 10 versions.
In the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah, I've read that one. Oh, wow, Doc. We didn't know that the situation is like that. Because when they tell us that they are taking you guys abroad, so we expect everything to be nice. You guys are being treated well. So we didn't know that the living conditions, you actually have to adapt.
Yeah, you have to adapt.
The situation.
There's not much change, as I said. If you are from the village, it's going to be like, there's some similarity, But if you are from like the suburb and everything, maybe it might frustrate you a bit, because what's this? What is this? I was driving your car back at home. Yeah. I'm not throwing a shade. My apologies. But I'm just saying it's survivable.
Okay.
And
Do you sorry, Doc, to interrupt you. Do you still remember your first day, like on your arrival in 2015? You got in there, everyone is speaking Spanish, and you only know Tswana, English, and a little bit of Zulu. So, can you remember that day? What happened on that day?
I remember that. But you remember, at that time, I was stressing a lot about my final year. Remember? So it was not an easy decision. It was not like, go to do medicine. Teaching don't matter. It's not like that. So what happened? Okay, fine. We were called this day you are leaving. I think we left on the 14th of October, 2015. So the exciting part was the play.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, I'm gonna, they say you moved from Johannesburg to Paris. Parents! Even though it was just going to be in the airport, but parents! Then you go there, Paris. Yes, okay, it's 9 hours from here, Paris. And then I think it's 10 hours from Paris to Cuba. So it's a long route to go there. You get there, in your mind, you are being told, like, in our group, normally there's orientation. So orientation, they will come and orientate you. The same questions that you're asking me, they're going to answer them during the orientation phase. They will call someone from Cuba, come tell the future doctors about Cuba. They tell us everything, the harsh condition, how the living condition are there, and then what we should expect, what we should not expect. So they had like prepared us, but it was just content. Now we are going to the reality. So you think, man, there's no way these people, they don't know English. No.
And they're white people, our eyes. So
It's impossible. White English, it goes together. So you get there. The first thing, you cross the border, the airport, they speak Spanish with you. You don't even know. Because I was practicing at home. Where is the toilet and whatnot, those basic things. My name is what. Those are the basic things. And then when they get there, full home language Spanish in your face. It's like now you're speaking some language. This passport. Understand? Passport. Then you give the passport. And then there's a bus that was waiting for us. And then the person who was our guide said we must take our bags inside. But in Spanish, it's like, oh yeah, maletas, real. Yeah, pointing. I just saw the fingers pointing. I thought, okay, it means, so like from the head-go when you enter Cuba, it's Spanish. Like it's Spanish 100%, not Spanish light. Nope, Spanish home language. Spanish home language. And you will go where you'll be having classes of Spanish. And then you'll be in a quarantine for 14 days. Just like, what is it?
COVID.
So this COVID thing, we knew it. So you're being quarantined for 14 days. You're not leaving. You will never leave that university yet because they would need to do all the tests. They will test the malaria. They will test whatever they will test. They will test. I think every day or weekly, they will test you. And then when you are good to go, because they're afraid of TB, when you are good to go, then that's only when you meet the Cubans now. And they speak only Spanish. So it's Spanish one way. One way or the other, 2 euros. Wow, trusting. We don't have post.
So, Doc, what happens if they find that during those tests, then they find that maybe you have TB or you have HIV?